Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Christina and I am a mom of 5 kids ranging from ages 18 months to 13 years. In today's video, I'm going to take you guys along with me as I plan and prep some of the learning activities and units for the upcoming month or so. I have been printing for the last couple of days. I don't even know how many pages I've printed, so I need to go through everything and sort it and prep some things and kind of write some things down in my planner. I don't plan everything out day by day or even week by week. I just kind of give myself some reminders and some organization so that I don't forget to do some of the things that I wanted to do. And I like to get the bulk of printing done ahead of time so I don't feel like stressed to print something in order to do the activity. So I'm going to show you how I kind of put together some of my unit study materials, one of which is the Into Autumn unit study by Thistles and Biscuits that just released about a week or two ago that I shared over on Instagram. So I will show you guys that and a couple of the other things that I am planning as well. Before I jump into showing you guys that, I want to share with you that today's video is a collaboration hosted by Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way. I'm so excited to jump in again on this Plan With Me video. If you have not seen Abby from Rooted in Rest or Jessica from the Waldock Way, I am linking their channels down below, as well as this playlist so that you can see other moms' videos and how they plan and prep. And maybe what you'll pick up from some of our videos are some techniques for planning or techniques for printing, or maybe none of that will be new to you or not your style, but maybe you'll see some new resources that you might want to try out. So I'm really excited to watch the playlist because I always can pick up something from someone's video, even if we use different curriculum, even if we print or plan or prep in different ways. Sometimes I can just hear an encouraging word or see one little hack that really makes a difference for me. So I hope that you find this video useful. I just went on and actually grabbed my copy of Into Autumn from Thistles and Biscuits. That's the last thing that I did because I was printing some other things and I wasn't sure if I was going to get to it for this video, but I really wanted to. So I went on and I grabbed that. It's their second to last release, so it's really easy to find. Right on their site, if you go under shop, it is the second one down as of right now. The Sea Turtle unit is the first one you'll see because it's the most recently released. It looks absolutely beautiful and I will have to find a way to fit that in. But for right now, I am focusing on the Into Autumn unit study. So I just grabbed that and I typically just save everything to my drive and then I print from drive unless with certain units like Gather Round require you to print either from Adobe or HP app. And I have found that if I just print from the HP app on my phone, I have an HP printer, everything comes out beautifully. I don't print right from drive because something about the graphics, they come out weird. So if you are printing anything from Gather Round, if you have an HP printer, I highly recommend using the HP app to print right from there. Other than that, the Thistles and Biscuit unit and a couple of the other resources that I'll show you, I just print straight from my drive. I have an HP OfficeJet 4650. I have an instant ink subscription. I think I have like the $20 a month. I want to say it gives me like 500 pages or something. And you can kind of go up or down with that subscription if you feel like you're going to be printing some months more than others, because it's better to have too many than not enough, because the extra ones do roll over, but you do get kind of charged a bit extra if you go over in pages. So I really love it because it knows when you're going to need new ink, and I've never run out. I always have like my extra box of ink before I need it. So it's always worked really great for me. I have had to adjust and go up on certain months because I noticed that I like went over in the previous month and I knew I'd have more printing again the next month. So I have gone up. I think I had like an 11 or 11.99, 10.99, something like that planned before, and I've had to go up from that. So I am going to grab the rest of my things out of the printer. They're hopefully done and I'm going to sort through them. I'll share with you what I have, what I plan to do with them, and kind of just prep some of those materials along with you guys. Okay, you guys, so it looks like everything that I planned on printing did get printed. I'm going to sort through these things. I have my planner here. I have my knowledge crate box because I plan to kind of put together some of the hands-on activities and sensory activities, crafts, things like that. I plan to use some of those along with the Into Autumn unit study from Thistles and Biscuits. I like to combine things where I can and kind of like incorporate more hands-on things into learning. So although there are manipulatives and hands-on activities with the Into Autumn unit, and it would be enough on its own, I have this knowledge crate that has a bunch of autumn activities completely planned and prepped already. And so I'm just gonna kind of see what might match up and might make for a more fun and engaging learning experience. If you're not familiar with Knowledge Crate, I have unboxing videos sharing with you guys those. And I also have a discount code in the description box below if you're interested. I also have my laminator here heating up. I am trying not to laminate a ton of this stuff today. I love to laminate things, admittedly, but I don't want to have to do a ton of laminating and any extra cutting today. I'll be honest, I'm like a little bit tired, so I might be being a little bit more lazy than usual. So if there are a lot of things that I decide to laminate, I may not do them all today. So I will share that with you guys as I go. So I am just going to start sorting through this stuff and then I'll show you what I have. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna start by sharing with you what I have. I just sorted through everything and how I'm going to use it, and then I'm sort of going to start prepping it. So the first thing that I'll share with you is the Underground to Canada Novel Study Mini Unit by Round Homeschool. So I printed this on HP 24-pound paper, other than the front cover, which I like to print in cardstock, and then I will actually have this bound at Staples for about $5. The next thing that I printed that is also going to need to get bound is this arrow guide from the Brave Writer. This is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is a bit shorter, but I still want to get this bound just because I want it to hold up better. And I did the same thing where I printed it on 24-pound paper and then did the cover in cardstock. So that is it for prepping for this as well. This will go to Staples tomorrow also. These right here, I don't have any prep to do. I printed about 30 of these. These are the daily affirmations from Jamie Kite. I use these at home in our morning basket, but in case you missed it, I just took a job at a small Christian school in our neighborhood, and I'm teaching ELA grades 5 through 8. One of my boys will be in the 5th grade class and one of my boys will be in the 8th grade class, and he'll be doing sort of a hybrid between 8th grade with us there and doing some 9th grade credits at home homeschooling with me. It's very small. I have between 6 and 11 kids in each class. So 11 is my largest class, and I think I have like 6, 7, and 9 in my other classes. So I printed 30 of these. I plan to put these in the front of each student's binder so that they see this every morning, and we're going to recite these together as a class, and I think this will just be a great way to build them up. No other prep to do with this. I am actually going to put them in a bin over on the other side of the room that I have where I'm gathering things to bring over to my classroom tomorrow to do some last minute things. I do have a classroom makeover coming up that I'll share with you guys on my channel in the next week or so. So these will be just going there. There's nothing else to prep for those. This right here is the Worthy Study from Willfully Serving His Children. And this is also for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I know I have the arrow guide, but I also liked this one. And I feel like if I put them together, it's really gonna create like a rich study of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This one focuses more on the scriptural and allegorical aspects of the book. And so that was really important to me. And I think between this and the arrow guide, I'll get a really rich experience. This I'm not having bound because a lot of these things I plan to like cut and laminate and use on easels and kind of like symbolism stations. I'm not 100% sure how I'll use them yet. And I didn't print everything from that study, but I may or may not do the cutting and laminating on this today. I'm not sure about that. So the Into Autumn unit is the main thing that I planned on planning and prepping today, and I'll show you what I've printed from there because there is a lot in there and I definitely did not print everything. I printed these count and clip cards mostly for my almost 3-year-old, and I only plan to pull out like numbers 1 through 5 for him. I do not plan to give him all of these. Most of these will be over his head. He really can only count up to about 3 right now and actually understand it. So I'll give him up to 5. He can recognize numbers up to 5, but he can't really, he hasn't really gotten to the place where he understands like the 1-to-1 ratio up to 5 yet. So I will prep all of these, but I only plan to use the first 5 for him for right now. If my older daughter wants to do some of the other ones, my 6-year-old, it's not really a challenge for her, but she may want to do it for fun. So I may pull those out in case she wants to do that with her brother. So these I will laminate because he is kind of rough on things. So I will laminate these. Same for these flashcards. I will laminate these as well. I actually only printed A through D for right now because I don't plan to move through this unit super fast. I'll probably do like 4 a week. And so I can print more of these out later. I got kind of tired of printing, so I figured this was a good start. These I only printed the A activities and I'll go from there, but these are really cool because these are like to finger trace, also to do some like nature work with it. So it says to grab leaves, acorn caps, twigs, or whatever to place over the letter to make your own nature letter. Lastly, take a writing tool like a pencil or crayon and carefully trace over the letter one last time. So I can't decide if I want to laminate these or not. So I'm not going to do anything with those just yet. And then these are practicing A's and the word apple. And then there's a page with a whole bunch of other A words. And then this is can you draw, autumn apples, and label. So these I may just put in those little like dry erase pockets, or I might just let my 6-year-old just write on them. So I'll decide on that as I go. Next thing are the place value apples. So you have some 1s, 10s, and 100s. So these in the past, I've laminated things like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this time. These look super fun. These are continent 3-part cards, but they're just beautiful and artistic. And I thought these would be really great, mostly for my 10 and 13-year-old to identify them. I'll probably, as a challenge, give them to them as just the separated cards first, and then let them use these to check their answers as more of a challenge for them. And then if I do it with my 6-year-old, I'll give her these cards laid out and then have her match them up using this as a guide. So I like that you can kind of differentiate it for different aged kids. This I'm really excited about. This is a pumpkin pie fractions, and you have like a whole, you have a half, all the way up to tenths. And then you also have all of the labels in numeric and written form. I'm thinking I might not laminate these, or at least not today. Then I have some autumn poetry. I plan to use these for poetry tea time. In my last Plan With Me video, I showed you the tea mini unit that I plan to do for poetry tea time next time. We've always done poetry tea time, but we've actually never studied tea. So I think doing that tea study along with some autumn poetry will be the perfect first poetry tea time of the school year for us. And then the last thing that I printed out were just these number sheets, and it's like the amount of leaves and then the actual number and then the written word, because my 6-year-old is learning how to spell and read numbers in their written form. So just 1 through 10 on these. So I am just gonna get started. I don't always plan everything. I just kind of jump in and then see where things take me. So last thing is I have my knowledge crate here. And what I plan to do instead of pulling everything out, because I did unbox this, so as I go through the guide, I will remember what's in here. So I have the activity guide, and I'll probably just sift through here and make some notes in my planner for what I want to use first and maybe what activities I want to align them with. So I think that will be really fun. I know there are some like local geography activities in here that focus mostly on the Northeast, but I think it would be cool to pair it up with these continent cards as well. So I will do some of that also.
Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
Okay, you guys, let me show you where I'm at with things. So this is all of the A activities plus the numbers plus the poetry. The poetry I am going to put with that poetry tea time stuff, so I'll show you that in just a second. These I'm going to put where I am going to use them soon because I plan to do the A's on Monday. I did cut and laminate the count and clip cards. I'll show you where I'm going to put those away. And I did cut and laminate the first 4 flash cards for the Into Autumn alphabet, because I also have the Into the Woods cards, and we have only gotten as far as, let me see, H. So we would be doing I next. So I think what I might do is kind of hold off on moving forward with this and then kind of incorporate these together. So like when we do A, I would also bring back in as a review, A is also for acorn. So A is for apple, but remember A is for acorns, and kind of work those together. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep these right on the homeschool cart, which needs to be reorganized, but I have been keeping them right here so that I can just grab them easily when I'm doing these with Gia and Seppi. So those will be right there. So that's where I'll leave those. And then I'll show you, I'm gonna put these in my homeschool supply closet in the playroom. That's also where I keep these things. These are going to go with me to Staples tomorrow. And then these will go in the homeschool closet for now. I just wanna show you what I was doing in my planner, just to give you an idea. Basically, what I was mostly doing was writing down the activities that I want to remember to do. So when you see this video, it will be Tuesday, and I want to remember to do the farm activities. So these were an extra thing that I got to go along with the Gather Round Farming and Food unit that I'm doing with my oldest 3. The farm activities will be for some for them, but mostly for my 6-year-old and almost 3-year-old. Then I want to remember to do these Into Autumn activities, the alphabet, the count and clip cards, the pumpkin pie fractions, the continent 3-part cards, place value apples, and the leaf, this should say leaf numbers. And then I want to do the tea study plus the autumn poetry for poetry tea time. Then I want to do these are the activities that I kind of prioritize from the autumn knowledge crate, which is right here. So I went through the activity guide and pulled the things that I knew I would want to do first. So this is a planner that I've always used, like for my personal planner and homeschool planner. I got this in the beginning of January from Aldi's. It was $7.99 and I absolutely love it. It currently does also have my notes for school and my planning for school, just roughly, because I did order a plum paper planner that I'm going to use for school, and I'll continue to use this one for home. I'll show you guys that planner because I did also include homeschool space in that planner, so there'll be some crossover, and I'll kind of figure out as I go which I'll utilize more. Usually I use this little section for videos to make a note of when I filmed, edited it, and posted it, and usually I'll have a list that gets updated as I go, because as you can see this week as I'm filming, this is my list, and anything that I don't get to by the end of the weekend will get added to this list. And that's why this for school is empty. So I labeled this school and this home until I get that plum paper planner. This is currently my list for school, and then this is a mix. This is pretty much all for school right now. And so whatever doesn't get done, again, will get transferred over to this section. And I'll probably leave these for like personal, like homemaking types of things for now. And I may do a field trip on Saturday. Tuesday is actually a work day for myself and my husband at school. And then the first day of school is the 8th. And so we'll have school these 3 days and then maybe do a field trip here because we will have church on Sunday. So usually I don't do it on a Sunday if I can avoid it. So hopefully that gives you an idea of kind of how I roughly start to plan things out little by little as I go. And as the week goes on, I may plug things in, and then as we do them, obviously cross them off and just kind of do it that way. So for Monday, I wrote down it is Labor Day, but we don't have any plans. I don't love going places on Labor Day because it can be so busy, but I want to do the Autumn A activities, and I want to do farming and food lesson 1, and I need to give all 3 of my boys a haircut. So, okay, I want to show you where I keep some of these things in case you haven't seen it in any of my other videos. So this is my playroom, and I did not stage it for this video. It is pretty messy right now. But this is the closet where I keep these kinds of things. So let me just put these away. So I got my corner hole punch, glue stick, and scissors, which these 2 are kind of like crossover stuff. I have my farm activities here, and these are the ones that I plan to do very soon. So I think what I'm going to do is just stick these autumn cards here. So this will probably be like my pouch for my autumn kinds of cards, and farming and food, which we are doing starting next week. And then like here in this little baggie, I put the tea study stuff that I want to do for poetry tea time. So I'll also add the autumn poetry into here because that's what I'm going to want to use it with. And I feel like if I put the things together, then I won't later find this poetry and then be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I wanted to do that with the tea study. So if it's in here, when I pull it out to do poetry tea time, everything that I want to use on the table that day, other than like decor and treats and tea, will be right in this baggie. So it'll be easy to grab. So I'm just going to stick this right back up here. This has gotten just a little bit messy, but then I have all of my poetry tea time things in here. These are Velcro dots, which obviously don't go in there, but yeah, I will organize those things that way. And for tomorrow, these are the things that I want to bring to my classroom. These are some miscellaneous things that I'm bringing to my classroom. I'm setting up my bulletin board tomorrow. So I'm just going to put these things together so that when we head out, everything is ready to go. And then this stuff that is going to Staples, I'll just have this all ready to go for tomorrow. Okay, almost completely cleaned up here. This will go in the homeschool closet in the playroom, as well as this. All of the numbers and letter A activities I put in this dry erase pocket. And so I'm gonna put this right here in the homeschool cart because I plan to do these on Monday. And then my planner, I usually also put right over here in front of the clipboard. So these things will just get put away in that closet, and I am all set for tonight. Okay, you guys, I am done. I know when I've reached my limit. I am at my limit for planning and prepping tonight. It is a Friday night. It's the end of the week and I had this opportunity to plan and prep, so I wanted to take it. It gave me some time to get some things done with no distractions, so I had to seize the moment. But that is all I have in me for tonight. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope maybe you found some resources that you might want to try out, some techniques for planning and prepping that you found helpful. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my little channel here on YouTube, and it also helps me to know what videos you guys are liking and what content to bring you in the future. Let me know down in the comments below if you think that you would try any of the resources that I shared with you guys today. Let me know if there were any techniques or tips or tricks or anything like that that you found helpful. If you have any suggestions for me to make my planning or prepping easier, please let me know. I always love to learn from other moms what's working for them. If you're new here, I would love if you'd introduce yourself down in the comments below. I really love getting to know you guys and making those connections with other moms. I would love if you'd stick around, click that red subscribe button, click the notifications bell so that you know when I have a new video coming out. I have lots of great content coming your way soon. If you're interested in seeing a video showing any of these lessons or materials in action, definitely let me know down below and I can bring that for you guys sometime soon. Don't forget to check out Abby and Jessica's channels. I've linked their channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist to this Plan With Me collaboration. Thank you so much again, Abby and Jessica, for including us in on this collaboration. I so appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope to see you soon in one of my next videos. Until next time, stay rooted.